Hi class, this is Biochemistry Module 23, Blood and Urine. Let's go back anay sa mga acronyms before sang previous nga mga modules. Acronyms and abbreviations. GH is growth hormones. ACTH, adenocorticotropic hormones. TSH, thyroid stimulating hormones. FSH, follicle stimulating hormones. LH, luteinizing hormones. And MSH is melanocyte stimulating hormones. We have the blood. Now, blood is a liquid connective tissue that consists of cells surrounded by a liquid extracellular matrix. The extracellular matrix is called blood plasma, and it suspends various cells and cell fragment. If you have your laboratory in the blood before the previous term, we examine the blood and then we look it up in a microscope, no, and we see this, the RBC, the white blood cells, and it's moving. Going forward, we have physical characteristics. Physical characteristics is a denser and more viscous than water. It feels slightly sticky. The temperature is 38 degrees Celsius and slightly alkaline pH, ranging from 7.35 to 7.45, and its color is red, no? And saturated with oxygen, bright red siya. Kung unsaturated with oxygen, darker red siya. The blood volume is 5.6 liters or 1.5 gallon in an average. Size adult male and 4.5 liters, 1.2 gallon in an average size adult female. Of course, kung if you look at the male and the female, mas dako si male. So, thus, mas dako man ang blood volume niya. So, the function to convey food material to body cells and remove waste products from them. To carry oxygen for oxidation of foodstuffs and remove carbon dioxide resulting from such oxidation. To transport internal secretion and vitamins for control of the activities of the body, and to aid in maintaining proper pH, water content, and temperature of the tissues, to assist in the body's defense against disease by means of antitoxin or leukocyte, to transport metabolic waste to the kidney, lungs, skin, and intestines for removal. We have constituents of the blood, formed elements, no? Ang formed elements, A is erythrocytes or ang red blood cells. Its function is to carry oxygen from the lungs to the cell, and they also removed carbon dioxide from the cell and to carry it to the lungs, and they contain hemoglobin formed in the bone marrow. The RBC circulate for about 120 days after leaving red bone marrow before they are phagocytized, may space lang ni. Phagocytized by the macrophages. Wait lang. Erythropoiesis, production of RBC. We have leukocytes or white blood cells. Function: aid in the body's defense against bacteria, acts as phagocytes, engulfing and destroying harmful microorganisms, and the white blood cell count rises sharply in acute infection, in leukemia, excessive increase. No? Kung for example, na magkasakit ka, for example, you have a fever, and magpa-blood test ka, of course, ga-spike up ang aton nga white blood cells because it is our defense para mag-ayo kita. There are types of white blood cells. We have granular leukocytes and agranular. And I think na-discuss na ni sa inyo sa anatomy nyo. Let's just go over. No, granular leukocytes, neutrophil, morphonuclear leukocytes, multi-lobed, 3 to 5 lobes, and granules do not strongly attract either the acidic or basic stain. And these white blood cells are neutrophilic or neutral, loving, maghambal ka, neutro, meaning neutral, philic is loving, made up to 50 to 70 of the leukocytes population. Its function is phagocytosis of microorganism. So, na-discuss ko na ni sa inyo sa biochem, first term, ang phagocytosis. Eosinophil, they stain red-orange with acidic dyes. Its function is produce toxic protein against certain parasites such as helminths and reaction-associated helminthic and protozoal infection. We have basophil. They stain blue-purple with basic dye, U and S nuclei with 2 or 3 conspicuous constriction. Release histamine. So they are responsible in the production of in the releasing of histamine. What is histamine? Amo na ang our natural defense or natural reaction when we have an allergic reaction, no? And its function is anticoagulation and vasodilation. Reaction-associated allergic reaction. We have agranular leukocytes, lymphocytes. Spherical nuclei are not phagocytic but play a key role in specific immunity. T cells function in immune response. So we have T cells and B cells. B cells give rise to plasma cells which produce antibodies. We have natural killer cell attack, wide variety of infectious microbes and certain spontaneous arising tumor cells. We have monocyte, kidney-shaped nuclei, largest nucleocytes, precursor of macrophages. Function, phagocytosis after transforming into fixed or wandering macrophages. We have thrombocyte, blood platelets. Function, important in blood coagulation, contains cephalin, a phospholipids involved in the early stages of clotting. So we have a mnemonic for it. Never let monkey eat bananas. So neutrophil, lymphocytes, monocyte, eosinophil, and basophil. We have serum. When blood clot, they form elements of corpuscles or enmeshed in the thread-like mass of the insoluble fibrin. The clot or the standing exudes serum. A clear yellow liquid. Serum is thus plasma without fibrinogen. We have plasma, liquid, a clear fluid portion of the blood comprises of 55% of the volume of the blood. So 92 ang oxygen, ang water, and 8% ang solid. So if you have a capillary tube, no? Capillary tube na siya, for example, and you put it in a centrifuge, kita nyo na sa laboratory, ang galibot-libot na ginabutang na si capillary tube, tapos ginapalibot, tapos makita nyo nga capillary tube, nag-separate si blood, nag-separate man si plasma, nag-separate man si... So that is the composition, no, of our blood. Substances in blood plasma: water, liquid portion of blood, function, solvent and suspending medium, absorbs, transport, and releases heat. We have plasma protein, most produced in the liver. Function, responsible for colloid osmotic pressure, major contributors to blood viscosity, transport hormones, fatty acid, and calcium, help regulate blood pH. We have serum albumin, smallest and most numerous plasma proteins, is essential in maintaining normal osmotic pressure and therefore the water balance of the body. A deficiency of serum albumin causes excessive passage of water from the blood vessel into the surrounding tissues, producing edema. So serum globulins, large protein immunoglobulin, helps attack viruses and bacteria, consist of alpha, beta, and gamma globulins. So alpha and beta globulins transport iron, lipid, and fat-soluble vitamins, and gamma globulin contain most of the antibodies and antitoxins the body uses to combat infection. We have fibrinogen plays essential role in clotting of the blood. We have, ang centrifugation. This is the whole blood, and after ginpalibot-libot na siya, ginmekos-mekos na siya sa laboratory, this is the result. So we have erythrocytes, 45% total blood. We have a buffy coat, si platelets, si leukocytes, which is consist of 1 or less than 1% total blood. And we have the plasma, which is 55% of the total blood. Okay. We have whole blood, other fluids, blood plasma, formed elements. Sa blood plasma, under the blood plasma, we have protein, water, and other solutes. Sa protein, we have albumin, globulin, fibrinogen, and all others. And other solutes are electrocytes, nutrients, gases, regulatory substances, and waste products. And in the formed elements, we have platelets, white blood cells, and red blood cells. In your white blood cells, ara sa aton nga pneumonic sa kadto to. Ang pneumonic ta nga neutrophil, lymphocytes, monocytes, eosinophil, and basophil. Never let monkey eat bananas. Where neutrophil consists of 60 to 70%, lymphocytes 20 to 25, monocytes 3 to 8, and eosinophil 2 to 4, basophil is 0.5 to 1.0%. So take note, ang aton nga mga amoni nga si basophil release histamine, ang aton nga eosinophil are against the helminths and protozoal infections. And take note of that, because before when I was in anatomy, physio, or in the biochem, gagawa niya siya ang functions nila. So in the hemoglobin or hem, made up of 4 molecules of iron-containing hem, or red pigment conjugated with a 1 molecule of protein, globin, or ang CHON histones. Similarly, chlorophyll, bluish-green pigment in plants, hemoglobin contains iron, and chlorophyll contains magnesium, a ring-like non-protein pigment which is composed of 4 pyrrole rings. Its mother substance is porphyrin, and HB is colored purple when it's not exposed to air. We have structure, ang structure natin is this one, surface view, section view sa RBC. We have globin or beta polypeptide chain. We have a hem na apat, and then the iron, and within the M, this is the structure, iron containing hem na. Tapos derivative of hemoglobin, oxyhemoglobin, HB plus oxygen, HbO2, ferrous hem plus CO, globin, color scarlet, unstable. Carboxyhemoglobin, we have the bluish red, more stable than HbO2. Methemoglobin, ang color is brown. We have the pathies or ang pathology niya. Anemia is a condition in which the number of red blood cells or the amount of hemoglobin is below normal. It may result from any one of the following. We have hemorrhage. Anong hemorrhage? Ang ga-release kita sang blood uncontrollable, hindi siya controllable, for example, kulang kita sa clotting factors, and you were hit by a truck, or you have an accident, and then hemorrhage, gadulaan kita sang dugo without proper clotting. Number 2, deficiency of iron. Iron deficiency anemia or nutritional anemia. So, ang aton lang man nga obrahon dara is supplement, no? Dietary supplement, vitamins. Deficiency of folic acid, macrocytic anemia or infancy and pregnancy, no? Amo na nga kung class, kung when you're having a baby, may mga folic acid yang gina-prescribe si doctor or ang OBGYN ta para ma-replenish na siya kag hindi kita magka-deficiency in our body. Lack of intrinsic factor or deficiency of vitamin B12 resulting in lowered activity of the blood-producing tissue or pernicious anemia. So we have abnormal destruction of red blood cells or red cells or hemolytic anemia, destruction of bone marrow by chemicals, drugs, or radiation, and abnormal hemoglobin such as those causing sickle cell anemia and thalassemia. We have the types, no, aring picture, I just get this in the Google. So ang sickle cell anemia amo na imbes nga amo ni tani ang aton nga red blood cells, amo ni ang guwasang aton nga red blood cells. And thalassemia, no, amo ni guwasang red blood cells ta. Hemolytic amo man na. Deficiency amo nang ma-feel mo, ang kita nyo na ang when you are always tired, always sleepy. So, base kulang ka sa iron. That is why vitamin deficiency anemia. And iron deficiency anemia also can cause paleness. So, that's why. We have, kung mag-ara ka mo sa doctor, for example, you're pregnant and you were asked to take ferrous with vitamin C is because we have this mnemonic, no? FECAD C, which is when you are taking ferrous, you have to take also vitamin C to absorb it more. And we have to take, when you're taking calcium, you also need to have vitamin D to absorb the calcium more. And when you're taking a vitamin A, you have to also have selenium so that maka-absorb ka mayusang vitamin E. We have coagulation of the blood. The general accepted theory of the blood clotting mechanism as follows. The enzyme thrombin is formed from its inactive form, prothrombin, by the aid of thromboplastin and calcium ions. Thromboplastin is a cephalin protein substance released from the thrombocytes and injured tissue cells when blood is shed. So, ang prothrombin going to thrombin, thromboplastin. Okay. The thrombin by enzyme action convert fibrinogen, a soluble plasma protein, to fibrin, the clot, and that's it. We have different kinds of clotting factors. Pero ang ginahamba lang sa amon nga dapat tandaan is this one. So, this fibrinogen, no, number 1, fibrinogen, ang clotting factor. Number 2, prothrombin. Number 3, tissue factor. Number 4, calcium ions. Number 5, proaccelerating labile factor or accelerator globulin or ACG. Number 7, serum prothrombin conversion accelerator or ang SPCA, stable factor or proconvertin. Number 8, we have antihemophilic factor, antihemophilic factor A or antihemophilic globulin. Number 9, Christmas factor. Number 9 na siya. And plasma thromboplastin component or antihemophilic factor B. Number 10, Stewart factor. Number 11, PTA or ang plasma thromboplastin antecedent or antihemophilic factor C. And number 12, Hagerman factor or Glass factor, contract factor, or antihemophilic factor D. So anyways, this will be your pharmacology no, magwa niya siya sa pharmacology nyo para mabalaan nyo kung ano nga mga bulong ang ga-inhibit sa ila para hindi kita mag-clot. Sometimes we have warfarin, magwa na da ang mga vitamin D, vitamin K, magwa man na ang aton nga prothrombin, and magwa man na ang aton nga nalipat ko. Basta amo ni sila ang mga responsible somehow nga inhibit dire or ga-accelerate dire sa mga clotting factors ta para either i-clot or i-thin ang aton nga blood. We have chemistry of urine analysis. Organs, we have kidney and lungs. Main excretory organ of waste products of metabolites. Kidney, lungs, no? Si kidney, aton nga H2O or ang aton nga water, salt, nitrogenous substances. Si lungs naman niya, we have the carbon dioxide and the volatile substances. However, we have liver, skin, and intestine. Sa liver, bile or bile pigment or cholesterol is responsible for it. Intestines are certain mineral salts, skin, perspiration. In the urine, we have volume. Normal volume per day is 1,000 to 1,500 ml per day. Volume increase in during cold weather, decrease during hot weather. Ang aton nga pag-release ang aton nga urine. So, the amount of water excreted by the skin, amount lost during such condition as fever or diarrhea. We have pathology, anuria. Anuria is, when you say A, gani ang makita nyo sa condition nga A. When you say A, absent na siya. No? Absent or no urine excreted. Kidney are producing less than 100 ml of urine each day. In poisoning, we have the mercury, no? Number 2, oliguria. Little amount of urine excreted, less than 500 ml of each day. In fever, diarrhea, and vomiting. We have polyuria, increase the volume of urine than 2 liters or 200 ml in each day. In diabetes insipidus, and pancreatic diabetes. So, are, upod niya siya sa diabetes na nga 3Ps, no? Polydipsia, polyuria, polyphagia. We have color and appearances sa aton nga urine. We have pale yellow to amber yellow in color due to urochrome, chief pigment, dark yellow in fever, red, hemorrhage in UT, black, carbolic acid poisoning due to phenol derivatives, green, jaundice due to bile pigment. Appearance, normal urine is clear. Kung cloudy, you have a heavy meal upon standing because of prescription or precipitation of phosphates. We have odor and taste, no? Kung odor niya, fresh urine, faintly aromatic odor or color. On standing, ammoniacal, and acidosis, sweet odor due to acetone. We have taste, salt due to sodium chloride, and diabetes, sweet taste due to glucose. Amo na class ka kung kisa ang mga underwears, may mga ants, no, ga-attract ang ants. Gaka-attract ang ants sa mga underwears because of you have a sweet taste of due to glucose. We have specific gravity, 1.008 to 1.030, varies according to the concentration of solid waste products, increased volume excreted, decreased specific gravity. We have the pH. The pH is 3.5 to 7.5. Slightly acidic siya. So, when you are, kung naka-perform ka mo sa inyong laboratory, no, medyo makita nyo sa litmus paper nga red going to red. Red litmus paper going to red litmus paper kay acidic siya. And the blue litmus paper going to red litmus paper because acidic naman siya. Due to acidic phosphates, sulfides, and organic acids, increase acidity, high protein meal, diabetes mellitus, starvation, temporary alkali fruits and vegetables because of excretion of ketone bodies. Alkaline tide. Alkaline tide is a temporary shift in pH due to an equivalent of alkaline salt enters the blood for each equivalent of HCl or ang hydrochloric acid excreted into the stomach during digestion. And we have normal constituents of urine. The urine is 96% and the water is 4% dissolved organic and inorganic waste products. Number 1, urea. Urea is the chief nitrogenous end product of protein metabolism formed in the liver from the oxidative deamination of amino acid. We have uric acid, chief end product of purine metabolism, which are derived from nucleic acids and in turn nucleoproteins. Increase in uric acid, food rich in nucleoprotein. We have leukemia, decreased excretion of uric acid, gout, and nephritis. Under certain condition, uric acid is crystallized in the kidney, forming kidney stones. We have creatinine. Creatinine is anhydride of creatinine. Is thought to originate from the creatinine of the muscles. So, proportional of the muscular development of the individual, creatinine coefficient milligram of creatinine excreted per day per kilogram of body weight. We have chlorides, sodium chloride, chief chloride in the urine, and the phosphate derived from the P containing food, casein, nucleoproteins, and phospholipids. Increased phosphate, ricket, osteomalacia, pulmonary TB, and decreased phosphate, acute infection diseases, kidney diseases, late stages of pregnancy ni siya dapat. During fetal bone formation. We have sulfates, derived from oxidation of S containing amino acid, ang ato cysteine, ang ato nga CYI met. And we have ammonia in the form of NH4Cl and NH4 and N4 3 NH3PO4 and other constituents, small amounts of hippuric acid, indicant amino acid, and urochrome. We have pathological constituents of urine. We have glucose or glycosuria. Normally, very small amount in urine, not enough to give a positive resulting findings in Benedict's test. Large amount of glucose is due to lack of insulin. Lower renal threshold, high CHO meal, temporary glycosuria. We have proteins or proteinuria or albuminuria, indication of impaired kidney function such as nephritis and nephrosis. So we have ketone bodies, ketonuria or acetonuria, increase in uncontrolled depletion of body's alkali reserve. We have blood and bile, RBC, hematuria, caused by lesion in either the kidney or urinary tract. We have hemoglobin or hemoglobinuria due to hemolysis of RBC occur in malaria, scurvy, and smallpox. Normally excreted in the feces, yellowish green to brown color, and by yellow foam when shaken indicates. We have obstructive jaundice, obstruction of bile ducts, hemolytic jaundice, excessive destruction of red blood cells, or severe liver damage. We have indican when the CHON food containing tryptophan putrefy in the large intestine, indole, and scatole are formed. These substances are detoxified in the liver, indole being converted to indican, Or we have indoxyl potassium sulfate, which is secreted in the urine. Pus and cast by infection in the kidney or the urinary tract may also be present in the urine. Don't worry, maybe we will have the TOS, no? We have, do inyo na siya nga overall nga pointers, but not exactly to the point nga amo lang na tunay, no? God bless sa inyong exam on mo, saan mo to gani? Sa 15. Okay. 16. Thank you.